I'm here in Calcutta with Nicolas Notini Wallin, jazz drummer for the last 50 years or so. And he claims that he's been playing drums since he was 3 years old. So not being an ageist at all. And I don't know his age is what it is. And of course, we can't tell because he looks 15. But welcome, Nikki, onto what we think is kind of a podcast. We don't know what we're doing right now.
Right.
Free rolling. But Nikki, you've been in Calcutta now for a few weeks, and maybe before that in India. Let's start off with how's the journey been?
No, it's been amazing. Thank you for having me. It's been amazing. I started touring over India first with the lead guitar player from Europe, and we played Europe catalog songs, and that was awesome. We did 3 gigs, I think. We're here for up in the north, and we went to Bangalore and then Calcutta. So I got a little vibe of India, and then Kolkata, into which you so gracefully invited me. And I've been there over the holidays, and been your guest, and that has been really awesome just to see it.
Yeah, as you know, we're aggressively good hosts. There's nothing we can do about it.
Exactly. Violently good.
Violently good, yeah. But I think the major breakthrough, has for both of us perhaps, was that beautiful drive that we did for about 2,000 people at the Kolkata Maidan on the 25th of December. What a way to celebrate Christmas, right?
That was amazing, and it took me off guard totally, as I told you. And it's been, we were in the field of a big field with 2,000 fantastically beautiful kids. And you gave me a cajon, the percussion instrument, a box that you sit on and play. And I just did that, and people just surrounded me. And I've been a musician my whole life, but the first time I've actually had acoustics from people in my life, so there's this echo that comes from a wall of people. Yeah. I've never experienced that before.
An acoustic wall.
Yes, of beautiful young kids, and the energy was awesome and so high, and it really, it caught me off guard, so I teared up. And then someone had the good sense to capture that in a photograph, and I actually have that with a Santa Claus hat on. Yeah,
you do kind of look a bit like Santa. You're very, very jacked and buffed Santa.
Yeah, very jacked and buffed Santa, and I think that was positive for the kids. They I don't think they've seen Santa like that before.
No, they're all clamoring onto you. Like everyone, he wanted a bit of Nikki, Grandpa Nikki.
And holding my hands, and I was like, "Oh, it's just an amazing experience."
Yeah,
and to meet them and to realize that all I'm doing is nothing, basically, and what I'm getting is a gift that is hard to put into words.
Yeah. And it was so special, I think, also for us at Make Calcutta Relevant Again. It's been our endeavor to give back to the community as much as possible. And we've been doing these drives every month, a couple of times on Fridays or Saturdays, going to NGOs, doing this thing, not on that scale. Obviously, 2,000 kids is a lot, requires months of planning. But, I'm very grateful to our teams for just going along with my crazy ideas and doing, love and kindness drives, as we call them, starting, I think the first one we did was 40, 50 kids here in Tiljala, in the slums right behind Offbeat. And from there, by the end of the year, we had gone to 2,000. So I think when we started doing these drives, I had no idea it would, go that crazy. And we're starting off 2025 with a strong note. Firstly, you played with Paddy at AMPM the other day. Quick little bit about that experience, how it was playing with some Calcutta jazz musicians.
Yeah, you threw me into that. I like that. I'm one of my favorite words. Number 2 after number 1 is improvisation.
Yeah.
And I love that word and all the connotations of it. And trying to live a life where if I'm put in a situation, I try to just see what happens and open my ears as much. Music is a lot about that, I think.
Yeah.
So playing with them was really interesting because obviously I said hi to them on stage, and then you
And
go
then
up
you
and
said
then
hi
you
to them
just-
through your drums.
Yes, and then you open your ears, and
Yeah.
it's basically as simple as that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
was-
that was awesome.
And
Yeah.
I think that was awesome for everyone in the audience. Paddy obviously was the piano teacher in our school, Pradyumna Singh Manot. He is one of the best virtuoso keyboardists in our country, perhaps.
Yeah.
And I think having him around just going nuts, also feeding off of your energy, that was really cool.
Yes.
Cool to see. And yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing about music. You don't really need language of spoken word. You're talking in a different language which everybody else in the audience perhaps does not really understand, but they can feel the energy and they can
Yes.
hear the beautiful tapestry of words that you create without using a single word.
Yes.
I think very enjoyable moments for us. I hear you played another gig yesterday, or you featured
Yeah,
on...
I just sat in for a song, but
Said in
Yeah.
for a song. Now there are more jazz musicians, I guess.
Yes.
Word is getting out. Nicolas is in
yes,
town.
I'm getting calls now.
You're getting
Just
calls
sort of,
now?
can you come over?
Yeah, many celebrities
So,
in town getting calls.
No, and no, you're absolutely right. That I mean, music has that connection and wordless communication.
Yeah.
And it is universal in every sense of that word. That's, I think, also why I love it so much. So connecting with people and being able to, you can pretty much drop me anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I could say there are a few like black spots on the map. Japan, for instance, I would probably have a struggle to communicate musically in some parts. But other than that, that's a gift, and I think music has that. It's such, as you say, the energy fills a room. Just like people can have other skills, but when music and musicians start to speak to each other, you brought me to this amazing classical concert where I saw the same thing happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where musicians talk to each other with their instruments and obviously energies, and it's a fascinating thing.
Yes. I mean, I guess it's also that time in Calcutta when there's so many amazing concerts happening every day.
Yeah.
The one he's referring to is that where 3 generations of the Amjad Ali Khan, the maestro Ustad Amjad Ali Khan's family, the Bangash family, they were all on stage together. So him, his sons, Ayan and Aman, and his grandsons as well. It was a masterclass. It was a live masterclass on how to play.
And I got
the-
schooled.
You got schooled. I think all of us got schooled, but you were just like, oh my God,
my
what's
goodness.
going on?
Yes, very much
and I'm
so.
glad I've been able to sort of curate these little experiences that gives you a flavor of what Calcutta is, what Calcutta stands for, what it means to us in our day-to-day lives as a sort of brand ambassador for the city. I guess this
Yes.
is our responsibility almost to make sure the city gets perceived in the light that it deserves the most. And finally coming to Wally, to Warriors of Love
Yes.
International, the
Yes.
reason why you came to Calcutta in the first place.
Yeah.
We just finished our first orientation ceremony today, and we had about 37 participants in this very room right before, and that was an outpouring of emotion, I think, for me as well. It's something that we've been planning for a few months, and we also some unexpected things happening at the workshop as well. I think Pauline bringing her meditation practice
the
at
first,
yeah, that was quite interesting. She's never done it for a big group, but I think it worked super well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, she just sort of calmed the whole room
Yeah,
down.
we have to have her every day now. So
That's between you
she
and
makes
her.
herself indispensable to,
Yeah, she has made
to
herself
the project.
very classily, where she's made herself indispensable. I just nudged her a little bit. I
Yeah.
guess as her husband, that's my role in life, right?
Yeah.
Just push her a little bit
That's your
sometimes.
role.
I think she did a fantastic job with that. The kids who had all come from, and not just the kids and the facilitators from Iktara as well, and the kids and coaches from Jungle Crows, which is now Khelo Rugby as part of Future Hope. All of them were here in the room, and I think I personally could not be more excited at what the next week has in store for us. I can only imagine the kind of expansion that some of these young people are going to happen, it's going to happen to them inside their hearts, and hopefully in their journeys towards being better facilitators in their respective fields, in their respective NGOs and organizations. I think the learnings from next week are going to be indispensable. How do you feel after having completed at that first orientation session?
Yes, I feel honored, I would say. It's a big responsibility always to talk about things to people in general, but in particular here, I would say, where these kids' background is new for me, and the problems that, or lives that they're facing and enjoying. But the principles of my first favorite word would be the same, compassion. And that is an umbrella term, and that's how I speak about it, for pretty much everything in life, if we consider relationships being the most important thing we humans can participate in. So my feelings about coming here is that of I feel honored to do it, but also very excited, and I'm very curious because I want to hear from them. I want to listen to these people. I want them to give me an image of what their lives are like and how we can implement compassion in their individual day, because that's what it all comes down to. It's not important whether I can do it or if I can perceive myself to do it or not. That's important for me, but not for anyone else. But for these kids, how do we find a way for them to have 5 points, say, every day that they actually can do? That is not asking them to forsake anything or putting them in an impossible situation. How do we find that? And they have to tell me. So that is what I believe next week is. It's me giving them hopefully some skills and tools and practices, but other than that, it's them telling me how they will implement it in their lives.
I'm so excited to see what the next week has in store for all of us and for these beautiful kids who've decided to join us on this journey of converting compassion within themselves into a superpower. Very, very grateful to Paul Walsh of Kelo Rugby, to Vinita and Namrata of Iktara, our dear friends and partners in this city of ours. And hopefully with all of our efforts, we shall make Calcutta relevant again. Up until next time, this has been a pleasure talking to you, Nikki.
Pleasure.
And wishing you and Toby the very best of luck for the next week of Warriors of Love International.
Beautiful.
And this is Meghdut signing off. This will be the last time I'll be sitting on this chair this week, and Toby will be replacing me.
Yes,
and,
he will.
Both of you are going to have your podcast, your own little conversations, and self-reflections after every single day of the Warriors of Love session that happens
Exactly.
the day before.
That's the plan, and we will make that into sort of what we did during the day and what we heard and what we perhaps a little bit of what we said as well.
Excellent. So all the things that are going to happen in this room will not remain restricted to within this room. The entire world can watch afterwards how the first ever Warriors of Love session went down in Calcutta. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.